Hi, I'm Mike Duncan, founder and CEO at Bankjoy. Bankjoy is a modern digital banking solution for community-based FIs. We're helping them compete against the big banks and the fintechs, and I'm honored to be sitting here with one of our customers, Bryan Bast. He is the Principal Vice President of Operations at Lafayette, and he's going to be sharing some great insights about how credit unions can stand out and be more competitive and pull ahead and grow. Bryan, thank you so much for coming to Elevate. I appreciate it.
Well, thanks for having me, Mike.
We looking forward to getting some insights from you today about how credit unions can kind of pull ahead. We are in a very competitive time. We have fintechs and we have big banks, and credit unions have never seen so much competition at one time. And so some credit unions are doing well, but there are a lot of credit unions who are not. And so just want to get your insights today. One question for you. You all are doing really well. Your credit union is doing well on the growth side. What advice can you give to credit unions who are looking to kind of pull ahead and just overall do better, just in general?
Well, I think one thing we attribute our success to in growth is listening to our membership. I think it's important to get their feedback and be able to put that to action. Having a digital channel where they can communicate with us helps. But meeting them on their space too, be it a survey or an in-person question, and imparting that feedback from the membership, I think is really important to growth, and being able to turn that around into actionable initiatives is important.
Yeah, that's really interesting that you guys take that approach, listening to members, gathering data. What kind of tools do you use to gather that data and to understand, sort of get sort of an aggregate understanding about how your members are doing?
Sure. We have a team that puts together a lot of different data points, not just from questions answered through different channels, but we also utilize some survey tools that help us put those data points together and then turn that data into those actionable items. From surveys to questionnaires, and then I think we actually look at some of the data on what's impactful for the membership and what's working and what's not working.
If you had to name one major thing that a credit union should be doing to drive growth here in the digital age, what's one major thing they really should be focusing on?
It's a great question, Mike. I think making sure you have some sticky products that you can give to your membership, making sure you engage them and keep them engaged with you. Digital channel is very important for that, to make sure you have the tools available that they want to use, and look for the new tools out there that they might be using elsewhere that you can bring into your credit union and have them use.
Yeah, that's an interesting insight. This also drives retention. So, you can put this out of the market and say, we have these tools, and these may be appealing to your target demographic, and they join the credit union, and then you've got the retention, right? So the more they're using and adopting tools that you all offer, the less likely they're going to churn and go someplace else and take their relationship someplace else, right? So I'm just curious about what kind of if credit unions are looking for tools to prioritize and adopt, because there's so many fintechs. Here at Elevate, we've got a number of different really great fintechs that are providing everything from stocks and investment to the ability to plug in a way to create segmentation and do targeted marketing. We've got just a host of different options out there that credit unions could be looking at. What kinds of things do you think they should be prioritizing?
Sure. One thing our credit union focuses on is checking account and direct deposit. So I think focusing on those, right? If somebody's getting their paycheck in, they're more likely to engage and adopt and utilize other services or get other loan products. We do look at a couple fintechs for that, as well as Bankjoy to help us with that. But one tool we use is a direct deposit switch. So it makes it easier for the member to bring their direct deposit in. And doing some of the account opening that Bankjoy helps us provide, helps us open the share and get the checking account open.
Yeah, that's great. What about the growth? What about adding more Generation Z? It's something that a lot of credit unions have been struggling with. Is there an approach you all take to to attract more Generation Z to your credit union and help growth within that demographic?
Sure. I think one thing that I've learned over the years is that the younger generations are looking for, they use more and more apps for their different financial tools. It's not just going to their digital platform. They're going to different fintechs and different apps for different things, and sometimes multiple apps for the same thing. So I think trying to incorporate some of those tools into the digital space can help retain them and have them come to you, where you can then offer other products and services that they might need. So just trying to keep up with that and look for the tools that you don't have that might help retain that generation that you're looking to target.
Got it. Yeah, that's super helpful. You all have experienced some great growth. There's a debate that's happening online about within the credit spaces about growth via mergers and acquisitions and credit unions who, because as you know, the movement was born to kind of target very niche segments, and we're seeing a trend lately of credit unions who are just merging and getting bigger this way. What's your take on that? I mean, is it good for the movement?
I see both good and bad, I think. Our credit union has attributed some of our growth to a merger in the past. We actively do look for merger partners, however, we haven't done a lot. And I think that's because we see it as a tool to help the other credit union and to help the members that belong to that credit union. And that's really where we want to stay on mission, to help that community make sure that they can get more products and services rather than staying where they're at, where that credit union is struggling to grow. So I think that's where we haven't grown a lot that way. However, we have done some. So I think while the consolidation is necessary sometimes because a credit union might be struggling to keep up and provide their membership with the products and services that membership needs and wants.
That makes a lot of sense. I mean, it's far better for a larger credit union to come in and buy that credit union that's struggling, that's going to go out of business anyway, and continue serving that community. Especially with the mission-led approach. One thing that I think is really important for the movement is that credit unions really dive in to their missions even more. And it sounds like you all are taking that approach. What's the mission at Lafayette?
That's a great question, Mike. Our mission is to serve, support, and empower our membership by understanding their financial needs and providing products and services that can help them reach their financial goals. So we really try to do that, just again, listening to our membership and really focusing on what their needs are by surveying them and making sure we can deliver those products and services and really focus on their story. Every member is different. There are similarities, but they all have different goals, and you want to try and help them reach those.
Yeah, I think that's one of the biggest differentiators that credit unions have is their ability to listen to members and just that mission-led approach where you all are taking products and services to them that will actually enhance their lives and make a difference in their lives. And I think that mission-led approach makes all the difference, right? When you've got folks, competitors who are probably much more predatory, and you all come in and kind of save the day, right? And you want people to achieve their dreams and achieve their goals, and I think it's really important. And I do think if the movement does a good job of describing this value that it has, then I think more and more people will flock to credit unions. You mentioned member feedback and responding to it. When you do get that member feedback, you have this agile organization. How do you respond to it quickly? What kind of process or steps do you go through to ensure that you're responding to that member feedback quickly and giving them what they want?
Sure. I think the advantage, while we are one of a bigger credit union, we're still a small enough organization where we can pivot. And while we might be offering this product line on this direction, hey, well, that's not what everybody's telling us to do. We need to pivot that and really shift our focus. It starts with our executive team all the way down to the frontline staff to be able to pivot and really say, okay, let's not focus on that. That's not what our membership is asking for. They're asking for this. What do we need to do? I think we were able to do that a lot during COVID, right? There was a lot of hardships. People didn't know where to go or how to interact, and couldn't bank, couldn't come in. So trying to meet them in that digital space really helped, and we were able to pivot during that time, which I think was crucial to keep an active and engaged membership for us.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was great that you guys were able to come out of that period and where you are now, just being a stronger credit union. I mean, there's so many credit unions that suffered during that time. They didn't get the tools or products they needed to open up accounts online when people couldn't come into the branches, right? So you guys were out there making moves. Tell me about your culture of innovation. What drives that? I mean, you are adopting technology, progressive technology, adopting third parties. You're working with Bankjoy. Tell me what drives that at your institution?
I think having a very diverse employees helps drive that a lot. A lot of different opinions and perspectives on technology, and a lot more people that are out there learning about the new technology coming in. So obviously you turn around, there's a fintech on every doorstep. But going out there, seeing what might work with our membership, we're actually creating some roles within the organization to really focus on those new products and services, and being able to innovate and put some effort and some resources into developing that technology, or going after that fintech that we want to use, and making sure that will work within our tech stack.
Yeah, that's wonderful. How are you going about releasing features rapidly on the digital banking platform?
Sure, you guys help a lot with that. I think having an open system, being able to come to Bankjoy with our partners that we want to use, and get you guys to meet. You guys are very open to working with new partners and new companies. Sometimes it doesn't work out, but for the most part, you guys have been very open with meeting us where we want to be, and using the vendors and partners that we want to use to turn that technology into more membership and better engagement.
I really appreciate that. Do you have any advice for your peers who are looking to be as competitive as you are, and it can drive the same looking to drive the same kind of growth that you're driving today?
Sure, I open to new ideas, I guess. Being able to listen to, again, your membership and also your employees. I think they're very important, right? From the CEO has ideas, but so does the frontline staff and the people that engage with the members every day. They're the ones that hear it from the member every day. So an important resource, I think, within the organization to get the ideas from and listen to what might be needed.
Yeah, this is I love this approach of really taking in that member feedback, responding to it quickly. I think it makes all the difference, because credit unions historically have always been doing that extremely well in the branch. It's one of the reasons why, if you look back, at the American Customer Satisfaction Index back in 2012, credit unions were dominating when it came to service, and then everybody moved to digital, and then all of a sudden the lines converged. The big banks and the credit unions were basically even, and so by taking that feedback, you're and reacting to it and moving fast and being agile, you can actually meet the members where they want to be, give them what they're expecting, and keep those service levels high, even in the online world. So kudos to you for what you guys are building, and I really do appreciate you spending some time with me. I think these insights are very valuable, and one thing I love about the credit union movement is just how open and collaborative everyone is, and willing to share some great ideas and insights. Thank you.
Well, I appreciate you inviting me, and I was happy to provide some feedback, and I hope it's insightful and helps.
All right, let's go have some fun in Nashville.
Thank you.